We at Story Mode respect and value all of the hardworking professionals on the creative teams at Marvel Comics. We do not own and we are not affiliated with anyone who does own any of the content that is displayed or discussed in any of our programming, including this podcast. We are just a small group of dedicated fans having a good time and hope you are too. Please support the official releases. What is up, everybody? This is Vinicio from Story Mode Gaming, bringing you another episode of Turn the Page, the greatest comic book discussion podcast on the internet. If you disagree, feel free to challenge. I'd love to see how that goes. Just not trying to sound cocky, I'd just love to see how it play out. Sounds like a fun event. So if you got a better one, bring it. Let's see. Anyway, we have been going through the 2000s first appearance run slash blah blah whatever on the Sentry. The reason I hesitated on the terminology there was because it started out as a 5-issue miniseries by Paul Jenkins and illustrated by Jai Lee. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name, Mr. Lee. I'm just not familiar with the name. But if you're listening to this and you gotta correct me, please let me know. Love to hear from you. After the 5-issue miniseries, The Sentry, is also a series of one-shots. Or there's a Sentry Fantastic Four crossover one-shot. Then there's a Sentry Hulk crossover one-shot. And there's a Sentry Spider-Man crossover one-shot. And then there's the finale one-shot, the Sentry versus the Void, which wraps it all up. It's been a pretty crazy story so far. I'm glad that I got into this because I was always curious about the Sentry because he's such a mysterious character. And we know now because there have been affected memories surrounding him. I really liked this issue. Not a lot happened. That's kind of the way it goes in a lot of these crossovers. Like, not a lot's actually happening in them now. They're all gathered around the Statue of Liberty, and then like each of the one shots goes to that character, that group of characters or whatever, and then it shows like them experiencing their newfound memories with their friend, mentor, family member, teammate, the Sentry, who existed long before any of them, and yet they just forgot about him one day. And this whole thing is just them trying to figure out why. Also going to be playing some Marvel's Avengers during the cast today. Going to be playing as Hulk, since it is a Sentry Hulk crossover. Here's a guy that's clever.
They have the tower locked down with an elite guard team. You're gonna have to take them out before you can enter the facility.
Oh no, we gotta take out armed guards. What are we gonna do? I only brought Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, and Hawkeye. Heads up, if you're playing this game, there's almost always a chest right here. But it's not marked. But yes, the Sentry Hulk team up. Crossover, one shot, whatever you want to call it. The Golden Guardian and the Green Goliath team up. The Hulk has been many things over the years. Rampaging, savage, even intelligent.
This team will not be easy.
But did you know he was once a sidekick? Dum dum dum. What? But yeah, this issue, it was also written by Paul Jenkins, the same as the Sentry miniseries. However, the illustration, the art in this one shot was done by Bill Sienkiewicz. So we have some new artwork. Sienkiewicz is a pretty big name, pun intended, in comics. He's most notable for his work with Moon Knight, New Mutants, and Elektra. Sienkiewicz was kind of considered a revolutionary for a long time.
The team is aware of your presence.
Even if you don't consider him that still now. He was really big in the 80s. He's using a lot of like oil paintings, mimeograph, photorealism, and like collages to create a lot of abstract work. And he's won a crazy amount of awards over the years. He got an Inkpot Award and an Eagle Award for Best New Artist in 1981. He was given the Eagle Award for Best Artist in both 1982 and 1983, and he got the Grand Guinigi Award and the Yellow Kid Award in Italy for, quote, bridging the gap between
We're
American
dropping you
and
off
European
close to the
artistic
location.
sensibilities
AIM is
in
on high alert,
1986.
so look out for any forces in the area.
He got an Eagle Award for Best Artist and a Kirby Award for Favorite Artist, both in 1987. He got a March of Dimes Award in 1988 for charity work. He got a Hackster Award in 1989 for Best Cover, and an Alpe de Huys Award in Grenoble,
They have the
France in
tower locked down with an
1991.
elite guard
An
team.
Adamson Award
You're
in
gonna have to take them out
1992.
before you can enter the
An
facility.
Eisner Award for Best Anthology in 2004. And he was the Inkwell Awards Guest of Honor in 2014. And to top it all off, another Eisner Award for Best Archival Collection in 2019. Now, that, my friend, is a resume. And this issue starts out, we return to like our Statue of Liberty scene that we've discussed over the past couple episodes. Hulk is standing out front alone still, but you see Cap kind of around the side of the statue. And whereas in the last episode, Reed was like stretched way up
This
above
team will not be
everyone,
easy to neutralize.
this time he's like stretched where he's like circling the base of the statue, and he's near Hulk as well. Spider-Man is there also behind him, and he's afraid.
Hurry to
Before
intercept the team.
it goes to the next sequence, Angel like descends down from where he was and joins him as well. Kind of like a small grouping there to show like, hey, we got your back, man. Like, we know you're afraid, but we're all in this together. Hulk flashes back, as we discussed earlier, kind of going through the memories that he's just now remembering for the first time in a long time. First flashes back to his origin with the gamma bomb going off in the desert, and then it proceeds to the Hulk and the Sentry's first time meeting. Obviously, I think it's safe to assume they fought. Yeah, Hulk throws a train at him, at the Sentry, but it doesn't really affect him at all. And it is also revealed that the Sentry's aura has a calming effect on the Hulk. Hulk then proceeds to live in the Watchtower with the Sentry, who became a mentor to him.
The team is aware of your presence.
He gained
Be on your
the
guard.
ability to take advantage of like his transformation and only turn into the Hulk when needed. And basically, Hulk embraced Banner, and Banner embraced Hulk, and they lived cooperatively. Hulk had shown saving Sentry from the Lobster people around the time of Incredible Hulk issue number 10. Yeah, I'm sure if we looked that up, that it would be like against Lobster people or something crazy like that. And it's just the same, but without the Sentry. But in this one, Hulk and Sentry team up to defeat the Lobster people. And Hulk saves Sentry from them, and then Hulk and Sentry team up to like save the children of like some collapsing mountain that's about to kill the Lobster children. So they save them, and then the Lobster people think that Hulk and Sentry are like big heroes and they love them. Because it's at this point that like after they stop the threat of the Lobster people, the city of New York threw the Sentry and the Hulk a parade for, you know, their heroism. And Hulk was revered as a great hero of New York. And during this parade, Human Torch shows up. He flies in, screaming at the Sentry, "Hey, he's back!" And they know that he's talking about the Void. And the Void shows up and attacks the parade. And the Sentry like fires an energy blast at him, and then the Hulk like jumps at him and attacks him. But he's got these black tendrils, and when the Hulk touches one of the tendrils, it like kind of makes him
it affects his mind similar to the way that the Scarlet Witch did to Hulk in the Age of Ultron movie. It was something similar to that. Although in this one we do see Hulk's perspective on it, and you see that it just goes through like all the parts of his life that he just would rather forget, like all the bad times, like his abusive father. It shows him, the gamma bomb exploding, and him becoming the Hulk, and like all of like the failures of both Banner and Hulk, and like the people he's lost and everything. And then like throws him off the roof down into the city, and then at that point, Hulk just starts rampaging through the city, classic Savage Hulk, and he takes off and he like retreats to the desert. I'm assuming the Mojave. I don't know. That's probably like what, 8 or 9 leaps for Hulk. And then it kind of like goes back to the present scene that we started out with, all them at the Statue of Liberty, and Hulk watches the approaching storm that brings the void with it, knowing that he must stand against a powerful enemy with all his friends, and armed only with the knowledge that he's going to fail. And I mean, those, man, that's not the kind of statements people make about the Hulk. It's just not. Read any Hulk comics, any of the great Peter, David, Stanley, they aren't nothing like that. Hulk doesn't show fear. Maybe confusion. Never fear. Hulk shows fear of the void. And I don't think that's something that needs to be taken lightly. But we will have to get back to that next week on the next episode of Turn the Page, when we do the Sentry Spider-Man crossover. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. That's right. The Web Slinger and the Golden Guardian. Can't wait. Make sure you check it out.